Hello everyone, welcome to FameWord Educational Hub. I am Aishwarya Saxena, a new series on software development job interview questions. So you are going to enjoy a lot, and I have already created interview preparation series for Python, for cloud computing, for data science and analytics. So you can just check those links in the description below. So let's start. General programming concepts. Question number 1. What is the difference between compiled and interpreted languages? When we talk about the compiled languages like C, C++ are translated into machine code before execution, resulting in faster runtime performance. Whereas when we talk about the interpreted languages, for example, Python and JavaScript are executed line by line at runtime, making debugging easier but generally slower. So when we talk about the compiled and interpreted languages, in the compiled languages, obviously the compiler is used, whereas in the interpreted languages, the interpreter is used. Along with that, you can also understand that compiler basically converts the whole code at once, whereas the interpreter converts the code line by line. But the compiled languages are faster as compared to the interpreted languages. Question number 2. What are the four pillars of object oriented programming? OOPS concepts. That is really very important. Although there are multiple concepts in the object oriented programming, but if we talk about the four pillars, so they are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. When we talk about the other concepts, so classes, objects, data, and methods are also there along with this. But yes, we are talking about the four pillars. So encapsulation is basically hiding data and exposing only necessary parts. So that is simply, you can say that like a capsule. Capsule is encapsulated. There is some medicine inside the capsule. So that is encapsulation, hiding data. When we talk about the abstractions, hiding complex implementations detail. Simply, abstraction is majorly focusing on the essential details, leaving the non-essential. Simply, which is not necessary for you, you will leave it and you will be focusing only on the details which is necessary in the abstraction. Inheritance is simply the parent-child relationship. It is also represented as is our relationship. So reusing properties and behaviors from the parent class is inheritance. Whereas when we talk about polymorphism, polymorphism is basically a concept, a phenomena which is taken from the word polymorph, and polymorph is basically composed with two different words, that is poly and morph itself. Poly means many, whereas morph means forms. So simply polymorph is something showing multiple behaviors. So using single interface for different types is the polymorphism. Question number 3. What is a static method in object-oriented programming? A static method belongs to the class rather than an instance of the class and can be accessed without creating an object. So you can see the example as follows. Data structures and algorithms. Question number 4. What is the difference between array and a linked list? So we will be talking about three features in this context, that is memory allocation, insertion or deletion, and access time. So when we talk about the memory allocation, in array it is contiguous, in linked list it is dynamic. When we talk about insertion or deletion, array is expensive, whereas linked list is efficient. When we talk about access time, so array is actually using the complexities O1, whereas linked list is using the complexity ON. Question number 5. What is big O notation and why is it important? When we talk about the big O notation, it describes the time complexity of an algorithm, helping to analyze its efficiency and input size grown. For example, like constant time or linear time or logarithm time, you can see the notations. And when we talk about the constant time, for example, array index access. In the linear time, the example could be iterating a list, and for logarithmic time the example could be binary search. Question number 6. Explain the quicksort algorithm. Quicksort follows the divide and conquer strategy. There are three different steps, you can say. First one, select a pivot element. Second is partition the array into elements smaller and greater than the pivot. And the third is recursively apply the same process to both sub-arrays. When we talk about the time complexity, so best or average is, and worst is if the pivot is the smallest or largest element. Question number 7. What is the difference between BFS and DFS? BFS stands for breadth first search, whereas the DFS stand for depth first search. So BFS is like it explores neighbors before going deeper, uses FIFO, that is the first in first out algorithms. And when we talk about the DFS, that is the depth first search, explores as deep as possible before backtracking, uses stack and LIFO. LIFO is last in first out. Databases and SQL. Question number 8. What is the difference between SQL and no SQL? So we will be talking about three major features, including this example. So schema, scaling, and example I will talk about. When we talk about schema, so SQL is like relational database. Schema is fixed, and non-SQL, no SQL is non-relational. It is having flexibility. It is flexible in nature. The schema is flexible. Scaling is vertical in SQL and horizontal in NoSQL. And for example, the SQL SQL examples are PostgreSQL, MySQL, whereas the NoSQL examples are MongoDB, Cassandra. Question number 9. What is the difference between inner join and left join in SQL? When we talk about inner join, it returns only matching records from both the tables. When we talk about left join, it returns all the records from the left table and matching records from the right table. Question number 10. What is indexing in databases? When we talk about indexing, indexing speeds up data retrieval by creating a data structure that allows quick lookup. Example is as follows. System design. Question number 11. What is caching and how does it improve performance? Caching stores frequently accessed data in memory. For example, Memcached, Redis, to reduce database calls and speed up application. Question number 12. Explain the microservices architecture. Microservices break an application into small, independently deployable services that communicate via APIs, improving scalability and maintainability. Web development. Question number 13. What is REST API? REST is basically representational state transfer API. Follows HTTP methods like hypertext transfer protocol methods, for example, get, post, put, delete, to communicate between client and server. Question number 14. What is the difference between cookies and local storage? When we talk about cookies, so they are the small stored on the browser, sent with request, whereas the local storage is stored persistently in the browser, not sent with request. Programming languages. Question number 15. What is a closure in JavaScript? A closure allows a function to remember its lexical scope even after it has executed. Example is as follows. Question number 16. What is the difference between let, const, and var in JavaScript? When we talk about var, so function scoped can be redeclared. Let block scoped cannot be redeclared, and const block scoped cannot be reassigned. Object oriented design. Question number 17. What is the singleton design pattern? A singleton ensures only one instance of a class exists throughout the program. Example is as follows. Debugging and testing. Question number 18. What is unit testing? Unit testing tests individual components of an application using frameworks like JUnit of Java or PyTest of Python. Question number 19. What is the difference between black box and white box testing? When we talk about the black box, it tests without knowing the internal code, whereas the white box tests with knowledge of the internal code structure. Performance optimization. Question number 20. How would you optimize a slow SQL query? Use indexing, avoid select all, that is select asterisks, optimize joins, and use caching. DevOps and development. Question number 21. What is CI/CD? CI/CD automates testing and development to ensure frequent and reliable releases. Question number 22. What is Docker? Docker is a containerization tool that packages applications and dependencies together for consistent development. Behavioral questions. Question number 23. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge in development. The situation: a bug caused performance issue. Action: use logging and profiling to identify bottlenecks. Result: fixed the issue, improving response time by 40%. Advanced algorithms and data structure. Question number 24. What is dynamic programming? Dynamic programming is an optimization technique that solves problems by breaking them into subproblems, storing the results to avoid redundant computation. Example is as follows. Question number 25. Explain the difference between merge sort and quick sort. We are going to compare this on the four different features: best time complexity, worst time complexity, space complexity, and stability. So you can just check out this table. Question number 26. What is a hash table and how does it works? A hash table stores key value pairs using the hash function to map keys to indices in the array. Example is as follows. Advanced databases. Question number 27. What is database normalization? Normalization removes redundancy by dividing tables into smaller, related tables. There are different types of normal forms: 1NF, 2NF, and 3NF. 1NF atomic values only, 2NF no partial dependency, 3NF no transitive dependency. Question number 28. What are asset properties in databases? When we talk about asset properties, so there are concepts included into this. A. Atomicity, C. Consistency, I. Isolation, and D. Durability. Asset. A. It is atomicity, that is like transactions are all or nothing. Consistency: transactions keep the database in a valid state. Isolation: transactions don't interfere with each other. Durability: changes are permanent even after a crash. Question number 29. What is a deadlock in databases? A deadlock occurs when two transactions wait for each other's resources, preventing progress. The solution is implement a timeout or use deadlock detection algorithms. Web development and APIs. Question number 30. What is the difference between REST and GraphQL? So we are going to talk about this with three different features: data fetching, flexibility, and overfetching. So REST and GraphQL we are going to compare. When we talk about data fetching, so in REST, multiple requests; in GraphQL, single request. When we talk about flexibility, in REST, fixed endpoints, where in GraphQL, flexible queries. When we talk about overfetching, REST, yes; GraphQL, no. Web development and APIs. Question number 31. What is CORS in web development? CORS is simply the cross-origin resource sharing. It is a security feature that restricts resources sharing between different origins. Example is as follows. Question number 32. Explain the difference between synchronous and asynchronous programming. When we talk about synchronous, it executes code sequentially, that is blocking. When we talk about asynchronous, so uses callbacks or promises to avoid blocking execution. Example is as follows. Object-oriented and functional programming. Question number 33. What is dependency injection? Dependency injection, that is DI, is a design pattern that allows injecting dependencies instead of hard coding them. Example is as follows. Question number 34. What is a lambda function? A lambda function is an asynchronous function, a function without a name even, and it is in Python. Example is as follows. Cloud computing and DevOps. Question number 35. What is Infrastructure as Code, IAC? IAC automates infrastructure management using scripts. For example, Terraform, Ansible. Question number 36. Explain the difference between Docker and Kubernetes. Docker containerizes the applications, whereas the Kubernetes orchestra multiple Docker containers. Question number 37. What is a load balancer? A load balancer distributes incoming traffic across multiple servers to prevent overload. For example, AWS Elastic Load Balancer, that is ELB. Security in software development. Question number 38. What is SQL injection? SQL injection is a vulnerability where attackers manipulate SQL queries by injecting malicious input. Prevention: use parameterized queries. Example is as follows. Question number 39. What is XSS? That is cross-site scripting. XSS allows attackers to inject malicious scripts into the web pages viewed by users. The prevention is use input serialization and content security policy, that is the CSP. Debugging and performance optimization. Question number 40. How do you debug a memory leak in an application? Use profiling tools, for example, Chrome, DevTools, Valgrind. Identify objects that are not being garbage collected. Question number 41. How do you optimize front-end performance? Minimize HTTP requests, use lazy loading, optimize images, enable caching. Operating system and networking. Question number 42. What is the difference between a process and a thread? We will be comparing three different features: memory, communication, and context switch. When we talk about process, so memory is separate, in thread it is shared. When we talk about communication, in process it is IPC, whereas in thread it is fast. When we talk about context switch, process is slow and thread is fast. Question number 43. What is the difference between TCP and UDP? We will be comparing this on three different features: reliability, speed, and use case. So reliability in TCP is reliable, whereas UDP is unreliable. When we talk about speed, in TCP it is slower, whereas in UDP it is faster. When we talk about the use case, in TCP it is like web browsing is the use case, and in UDP video streaming. Question number 44. How do you handle tight deadlines in a project? Prioritize tasks, break work into smaller milestones, communicate proactively. Question number 45. How do you deal with conflicting team opinions on a technical solution? You can say that listen to all perspectives, present data driven arguments, and seek a compromise. System design questions. Question number 46. How would you design a URL shortener like bit.iy? Use base62 encoding for short URLs. Store mapping in a NoSQL database like Redis. Implement caching for fast lookups. Question number 47. How do you scale a database heavy applications? Read replicas. Scale read heavily workloads. Sharding. Distribute data across multiple databases. Caching. Reduce database calls. Advanced coding concepts. Question number 48. What is memorization in programming? Memorization stores the results of extensive functions called to optimize performance. Example is as follows. Question number 49. What is tail recursion? A recursive function where the recursive call is the last operation. Example is as follows. Question number 50. How would you reverse a linked list? We can follow the iterative approach, and example is as follows. I hope you have enjoyed, and do not forget to subscribe, share it with your friends for the better learning experience, and see you in some other video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and put your queries in the comment section below so I can help you out.